What is up everyone? Today we're continuing with my tidying up and clearing out of my stuff. We're making some decent progress because my room is now at least tidy, but I've got to start on actually getting rid of some stuff. So, today we're tackling two of the most difficult items in this room, and that is my Geek cable drawers. If I just open them up, you guys can see that one's not so bad. That one's pretty horrendous. They are full of cables, they're heavy, they're impossible to find. It's impossible to find any cables in here. So I'm going to clear them out and basically, you guys will probably find this interesting because I know cable drawers are a very geeky thing and close to a lot of our hearts. But I want to slim down to just one cable drawer. Or if I can, one cable drawer with room to spare. So, without further ado, let me accept the challenge and try and sort through this absolute rat's nest of spaghetti and all sorts of other crap. So, let's begin by taking out the drawers. And there's already something really sticking out there. Let's take out the other drawer. And we don't have any cables that are falling down the back. They often fall down the back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay these out on the floor and we're going to sort through them. So guys, I don't know about you, but I find this pretty impressive. These aren't all of my cables. These are just the sort of geeky cables that have something to do with computers or consoles or TV stuff, entertainment stuff, home audio, hi-fi stuff, that kind of thing. I do have a shed load more cables, you know, in terms of lighting and sound stuff and studio stuff, but all that is organised. This is the kind of nightmare, and there's been a lot of times where I've bought a brand new cable just because I don't want to try and find it in the mess in here. There are also a couple of other little random things, but even though this may not sound like the most fun way to spend a Friday, even though it's Thursday recording this video, this is my Friday upload, it's definitely something that I want to get done. So let's take a look at some of the cables and I'll highlight some of the ones that are more impressive. Now I'm going to make three piles. I'm going to make a keep pile, a don't know pile, which we'll go through at the end of the video, and a get rid of pile. Now I'm not sure how I'm going to get rid of the get rid of pile, whether I'll just be chucking it or listing it on eBay as a big bundle of random cables. I'll probably be doing that just so it, you know, can give someone else the opportunity to get some cables, and at least I might make a slight bit of money on it. But anyway, let's make a start. So we'll start with one drawer. We have a yellow Ethernet cable, which is, let's take a look. Actually, we have a couple here by the looks of it. And we also have a MagSafe extension cable, which is actually a PowerBook one, I believe. Oh wow, PowerBooks don't actually have MagSafe, guys. That was a cock-up right at the start of the video. So here we have it, a Apple power supply extending thingy. I will probably, for now, keep this. I'll put this in the keep pile, which is there. Here we have an Ethernet cable, which is actually a fairly long Ethernet cable with nice quality ends. So at the moment, I will keep this one. Here we have a mini display port or Thunderbolt to DVI, either one. It does, both of them count. That's a nice quality cable that I specifically bought to output my MacBook Pro, my 17-inch MacBook Pro, to my display in the studio, but it'll be handy with my new MacBook Pro as well. We will keep that. Coming up next, we have a very, very stiff Ethernet cable, VGA cable, which has a couple of bent pins, so that can definitely go. I don't want that. Next up we have a, let's take a look at this. Oh, it's one cable. Okay, it's actually just tangled up in itself, or is it two cables? No, it is two cables. Ah, they're plugged into each other, I see. Okay, we have a just a standard composite to composite cable, so that's video and audio. We will put that in the don't know because I don't know how many of those I have. Obviously I'll need some, but I don't know how many. Then we have a SCART to composite cable, which is actually a cable that comes in handy, but I already have one, which is a twin direction one, so I don't need this cable. That can go. Even though that's a nice cable, but you know, I've got to be strong, guys. I've got to get rid of some cable. Here we have a very short length of speaker cable. It's a nice speaker cable, but that can go. I'll never need a length that short. Coming up here, we have a cable that's actually been tied. It is a European figure of 8 cable, power cable. Don't need that. Here we have a Gravis gamepad, which is awesome. I'm actually going to put this separately. This is an old Gravis gamepad. I'm going to put that separately to be organised with my gaming stuff that I'll be clearing out. Here we have a converter that's meant to convert optical coaxial to toslink. So yeah, but it doesn't really work. But I'm not too sure what I'm going to do this. I'm going to keep it probably because it may be my setup that is stopping it from working. I haven't actually done a lot of testing on it, so the transformer is buried deep in there somewhere, so I'll leave it there to get it out later. Here we have a passive HDMI to VGA adapter. These do not work in most cases, so that can go. Here we have a non-switchable 5-way SCART adapter. This will decrease the quality of any input that you use, especially because it's non-switchable. It's meant to be auto-switching. It's not a very good quality bit of kit. I used to use it when I had multiple consoles on one setup, but now I haven't used it in years, so that can go. Here I have a remote for my old Philips VHS player that I no longer have. It broke, so I don't need that. Here we have a composite to SCART. I don't know how many of these I have left, so we'll stick it in the maybe for now. This is definitely a keep. This is a nice length. Actually, no, this is a get rid of because it doesn't work. This is the USB cable that came with my blue snowball, so that can definitely go. I thought my mic was broken, but it turned out to just be the cable. Here we have some kind of camcorder cable, I believe. It's like a mini USB to mono audio and video composite. I don't need that, that can go. Here we have, ooh, something pinged over there that wasn't meant to. Oh, it's a single length of phono cable. We don't need that. It's a very thin cable. Here we have an antenna cable that we do not need. Coaxial antenna cable. This is actually going surprisingly well, guys. Here we have a S-video to composite cable without audio, do not need. This is actually going pretty well, guys, pretty well. If I look in the bottom, we have a cheap standard length yellow Ethernet cable with a broken clip on it. I will not be using that anymore, that can go. We have a 3.5mm jack to 3 composite jacks used for camcorders and stuff. I've got one of those for my camcorder, so I don't need that one. Here we have a Toslink cable, which is a nice quality Toslink cable that I believe still works, so we'll keep that. The keep pile is looking nice and small, guys. I'm pleased with this. Here we have another composite cable, left and right audio and video, that can go into the maybe pile because I'm not sure how many of those I need, not sure how many I have. Let's see what we've got going here. Here we have a lightning, believe it or not, yeah, I was looking for this, lightning with a 13 amp plug. Bought this in an emergency when I was using somebody else's iPad for a gig before, so yes, I will be keeping that and I'll be using that with my iPad. That's very handy. Wow, what do we have here? What do we have, guys? What is coming free? What can I untangle? This Ethernet cable, probably. This is a very short Ethernet cable, broken clip on one end, nearly broken clip on the other, that can go. What do we have here? This feels like a Super Nintendo. Yeah, this is a Super Nintendo power cable. Now this is very interesting. I will definitely be keeping this. Actually no, it can go in my gaming pile. So that goes with the Gravis gamepad. This is a keeper. This is a analog surround sound cable for a computer. So this is how you'd connect something like my Creative Sound System if you're using all 5.1 channels to a analog output on a motherboard. That's a keep. This is a British, if I was going to use any of my stuff in Europe, I need to keep that. That's a travel adapter. That's the word I was looking for, travel adapter. What else have we got through here? Here we have a USB charger that's designed to go into a car cigarette lighter. It actually looks of very low quality, but it charges all different types of USB, so I'll keep it because I won't use it because obviously I can't drive, but somebody else may find it useful. Here we have a very short phono to phono, RCA audio. Don't know yet, that can go in the don't know pile because it looks like I've got quite a few of those. Here we have a Nintendo AV multi-cable. This can either be GameCube, N64 or Super Nintendo. That'll go in the gaming pile. Another coaxial antenna cable. This may come in handy because it's got the proper ends. Actually, no, it hasn't. Yes, it has. I'll keep that in the maybe pile that we'll go through later. And here we have a single USB to 1, 2, 3, 4 USB splitter. Keep that, that'll come in handy. Another composite video cable. Here we have a standard PS2 ball mouse. It's actually a IBM mouse, which is pretty cool. It's not a cable, so that can go in a completely separate pile over there. Coming up here we have 2 phone cables. Don't need either of them. They can go, they're in the go pile. Here we have a VGA to DVI, or a DVI to VGA, sorry. I was looking for one of those. I need it, I'll keep it. Stick it in the keep pile. Down here we have a... what the hell is this? I'm actually forgetting what this is for. Currently, at this moment in time, I do remember using it. This is possibly an Xbox 360 controller charger. So I'll put that in the gaming section. Sony PlayStation 2 iToy, which is actually in the rat's nest, so I can't get that out in a minute, but that'll be going into the gaming pile. What else do we have in here? External hard drive, bit of plastic that I will probably never use again, but I'll put it in a separate pile over there to go with the computer stuff. A transformer, I don't know what it's for, so we'll put it in the maybe for now, because it would be handy to keep it probably. And here we have the transformer that was for that optical thing, and we'll keep that because that's quite expensive, so I hope it does work. Here we have, and I'm going to have to get up in a minute and take a break, guys, because I'm actually losing blood in my legs because I've been kneeling down. And here we have a standard printer cable. I'll keep that because I always seem to have a shortage of those. Here we have a 3.5mm female to phono cable. I'll keep that. That looks handy. What do we have in the bottom here? I have a figure of 8 power supply. Keep that. At least one spare of those is good. European MacBook charger. Get rid. Here we have a little torch light. That's handy. That shouldn't be in there. I'll put that in a totally separate pile again. This is a little USB cable. Keep that. That's a spare. Come in handy. Here we have some kind of transformer. This is a bit of a rat's nest, so I'll sort this off camera, guys. But what do we have here? This is a weird cable. Don't know what that is. So I've untangled the rest of the cables and had a bit of a rest. So we're nearly done with this drawer. Let's take a look at what we've got. We've got another phono cable. That can go in the maybe, because basically what I'm going to do, there's another one here. I'm going to take a look at them all at the end and choose pretty much one or two, the ones that just look the best. Here we have a, like say a Mega Drive or a Master System coax cable. It's just got the sort of phono connection to the coax little thing, so I'll put that in my gaming pile, which is actually growing a lot bigger than I thought it would. Didn't think there was that much gaming stuff in here. Here we have a big giant transformer. No idea what it's for, so I'm going to put it in the don't know pile. So I'll have to take a look at those transformers and I'll see if I can figure out what they're for. Here we have another transformer. No idea what this one's for. This is in power brick style, so I'll put that in the maybe pile. Unfortunately, the maybe pile is bigger than I'd like it to be, but whatever. Here we have a USB wall charger, so I'll put that in the keep pile. Here we have a, what is this? USB extension cable, always handy, put that in the keep pile. And here we have, don't know if you guys remember this, my really old viewers will probably remember this. This is my Tesco Technica mouse that had a little blue light on it there. This mouse was the main mouse on my setup for a very long time before I got my Logitech mouse that I'm using now, and it's a cheap as chips £4 or £5 mouse from Tesco, but I used to love it. Unfortunately the coating has gone bad on it and it's very sticky to the touch, so this is going straight in the bin, so it's actually in the bin pile. And left we have a booster aerial. One of the transformers is probably for this, so I'll have to figure that out. Actually no, what's this? Okay, that's the antenna connection. One transformer probably goes in there. It's got a screw-in aerial, don't know where it is, so I'll put it in on its own over there. I'm not going to keep it, don't need it. And here we have a smaller than 3.5mm, the tiny jack, little cable, I don't need that. And here we have another coax cable. I'll put it in the maybe pile so that I can decide what to do with it later. So that is the drawer, pretty much empty. It could do with a wipe out. Here's the little strip that I need to stick back on the top here. This got ripped off. And yeah, that's one drawer done. So I'd say we're about halfway there. But of course, we now have the second drawer. So let's get straight into it. We have a VGA cable. It's got bent pins, don't want it. That can go in the chuck pile or the go pile or whatever that pile's called. I'm actually forgetting what I'm calling these piles. We have another aerial lead, it's just a lot shorter, that can go straight away without me even looking at it later. We have another length of speaker cable, still a little bit too short to do anything with, that can go. We have, this is a lot more knotted up by the looks of it, guys. We have a Firewire cable, Firewire 400 to 400, that can keep. Don't actually have many of those, or any of those, believe it or not. We have a USB to USB cable, both A-types, we'll keep that because they're very rare and they can come in handy. We have a no idea cable, some form of power cable to carry 12 volt signals or something like that, no idea, that can go. We have in here, actually, a very cool little device that I haven't seen in years. This is a little speaker system that I used to use when I used to go for a shower or whatever. This is a battery operated Technica, again, Tesco make, little sound system, and that was very good sounding. I bought this literally when I was about 10 years old, I believe, to use with my old iPod Nano. So I've had this for about a decade. So that's very old Tesco stuff there. But yeah, we'll put that in the same pile as that little torch I had, because I don't know what I'm doing with that. Here we have a puck mouse. Don't know what this is doing in here. That's a keep. Keep for now anyway. Here we have the top of the drawer that needs to be stuck back on. I'll put that to one side. This is a crappy non-powered USB hub. That can go. Used to use that on my setup, you guys probably remember. Here we have the legend of all mice. This is a Microsoft mouse. It's horribly yellowed, so that'll be going. But I can't get rid of it at the moment. Here we have a... what the hell is this? I never had this phone. I don't know who belongs to this phone, but it's one of these old Motorola phones. I'll put that in the pile with the antenna because I don't have a clue what I'm doing with that. Here we have a black Ethernet cable, which seems to be of very good quality, pre-wrapped. Nice length, that can be kept, that'll be handy. We have, guys, another MacBook. Oh, we have an American MacBook thing here with the American converter on it, so that can go, and this, we'll keep that just in case. Here we have an old infrared remote that I used to use on my Palmat G5 on my media center setup. That can go. Haven't used that in ages. What do we have here? This is a white aerial cable. That can go straight away. Don't like white on things like that, especially on like a TV setup. This looks to be pretty much the same thing. Wow, it's very long. This is a very long aerial cable. As you can see, coaxial aerial lead. That can go straight away. It's an extension lead, don't need. Here's the antenna for the aerial booster thing. Put that next to it, don't know what I'm doing with that yet. Here we have a PS2 mouse. I'll put this with the Dell mouse. Don't know what I'm doing with that. Old remote, no idea. Here we have USB extender, keep, short one. USB extender, another short one, keep. You never know when you'll want to go a short length. Here we have a brand new microfilter, that could come in handy, I'll keep that. Secondary brand new microfilter, do I need two? No, I don't think I do. This is all part of clearing out, guys. Something went in there, possibly old iPod Nano, don't know, but it's just a piece of thing now, so we can just leave it there. Just a piece of thing. That's my latest in in good vocabulary. Another antenna cable. Why the hell do I have so many? That can go. What do we have here? This is HDMI. This is a HDMI cable. So this can be kept, but it's looped around something. It's looped around this radio receiver that we'll talk about in a minute. Come on. Here we go. So we have the HDMI cable. Don't know where that one came from, but we'll keep. The keep pile is looking nice and small. Here we have an extendable. That's actually the infrared receiver for that remote that you guys saw. It's actually a pile of junk. So we'll retract that away, throw that in the go pile. What else do we have in here? We have USB on one end, plus on the other. Small USB, that may come in handy, put it there. This is another aerial lead, believe it or not. That's an aerial extension lead with a bit of string on it. That can go. Here we have a modem cable, that can go. Bye-bye. Fibre soon. Well, fibre is actually up here at the moment, guys, but I haven't got it yet. Here we have a VGA cable. How does this one look and feel? Feels pretty thin. No bent pins on that side, and none on that side. This could be my keeper spare VGA cable, but we'll soon see. Here we have a PS2 style computer controller. Now, who was I talking to about these that wanted them? That is the question. Was it someone online or was it someone local? Could have been someone local, I'm not too sure. But I'll keep that just in case. Keep it for now. I have another one under here. Here's the other one. Keep those two. Here I have a USB to little USB that I will keep. Wireless mouse that goes with the radio control thing. I'll put it in the pile of mice. This is a mouse that I've never been able to get the battery cap on, but it's got one of these nice scroll wheels that you can click in, and it either does that or you click in and it's actually free scrolling. It's a bit broken now. That can actually go in the bin. Where's my bin pile? Back there. Another microfilter. Bye bye. And here we have another composite cable. I think we can pretty much, it's safe to say now that I don't need to put this in the maybe pile because we've got like 5 in there. Can't actually get that out at the moment. That'll be part of my unjumbling. Here we have a used microfilter that can go straight in the bin. We've got the battery cap for that mouse by the looks of it, straight in the bin. What do we have here? It's all pretty tangled, I think, now, guys. We have a small USB cable. Keep coming across these, but they really do come in handy, so I'll put it in my keep pile. Now, what's this? This is interesting. We have some kind of DIN connector to component video and something else. Don't need that. We have a little grabby thingy that's come off the speaker cable. And iPod adapters. That can go. That's my old Nano. It's got all my old stuff for my iPod Nano in here, guys. I think this is the case, and obviously the speakers I used to use with it. So that can go. Sad times. That can go. That can go in the bin. Actually, no, that'll be reusable. Oh, it's been pre-crimped, so that'll have to go in the bin. We're getting there, guys. This is a... Wow, what is this? This is peculiar. 3.5mm to 3.5mm a couple of times. So really short aux leads that are tied together. Sort of like a quadraphonic aux lead, if you like. That can go. What do we have here? USB to... Oh, this is the Microsoft mouse. That's so yellow. No one's going to want that. No, it works though. I'll put it in the pile of mice. I know what to do with it. Another travel adapter and something that goes with it. This was all for my old iPod thing, so that can go. Cable tie, that'll come in handy, so we'll put it there. Another USB to small USB, don't need another one, that can go. And we're getting there now, guys. We have another transformer that I don't know what it's for. And transformers are some of the most annoying, but I can't get that out at the moment. So I think it's time to pause the camera. Let's see if we can get this Ethernet cable out without untying stuff properly. Yes, we can. This Ethernet cable has one broken end and two broken ends, and it's grey, that can go. So I think it's time to pause the camera, guys, and yeah, I'll try and untangle some of this stuff. Composite cable, go. I'm just seeing what is still free for me to grab. We have, that's something to do with the transformer. This is all going to get pretty annoying pretty quickly. What's this? This is a optical audio cable. We will keep that because it's got little ends on it as well. That is very handy. Toslink cable right there. Cool. This is cool. Great. We'll put that there in the keep pile, which is still looking nice and small. We have, yeah, we have time to pause the camera. So untangling has commenced. We have a transformer. Don't know what it's for. It'll go in the maybe pile, and I'm dreading looking at all the transformers because I know if I throw some I may need one later on. But saying that, I've never had to grab one from this drawer, so it's just all little transformers for stuff that I no longer have possibly. Another transformer. Here we have the charger for that Motorola phone. So that can go with that pile, which is turning into sort of like a crazy pile. Here we have the receiver for that wireless mouse, and also it has a keyboard somewhere to go with it, don't know where that is. This is a 3.5mm extension cable. That could come in handy, that can go in the keep, it does not take up that much space. Here we have a standard phono to phono. Now I chucked one in the go pile earlier, but just to have a single phono to phono for video or mono audio may come in handy, so I will keep that. Here we have a phono to 3.5mm single ring jack, so yeah, that won't be needed anytime soon. And here we have a car charger for my mini fridge, I believe, which is probably the mini fridge that I no longer have, so that can go. So guys, I am very, very pleased with that. Let me just show you all my piles and what we've got going. So by far the biggest pile is the get rid of pile, and I don't know what I'm doing with that yet. So yeah, that's the pile that we're going to sort through in a minute, and that's the definitely keep pile. Here we have the gaming section, and somebody wanted those controllers. I don't know who. But yeah, and then here we have the miscellaneous stuff, which is like mice and all that, and then we have the bin pile. So, very interesting. What I'm going to do is, off camera, tidily wrap all of those up and pack them into there. Awesome progress, guys. The keep pile, as you guys can see, has all been neatly raveled. Well, pretty neatly. I mean, it's a cable drawer, so it's never going to be the neatest thing in the world. It's been, you know, well managed-ish with a couple of cable ties and some tape and stuff into half a drawer. So, as you guys can see, we've cut down from 2 whole drawers that were a complete mess to half a drawer, which is great. Now all I'm going to do is sort through that lot, keep a couple of the phono cables, take a read of the transformers, see what's going on, add them to this, and then add the remainder to that, and we'll be ready to slot this back in to the whatever you call it, where you put drawers. And it's Friday's video, so I'm not going to retake the clip just to think of that one word. Well guys, that is the get rid of pile that I'm going to put on eBay all in one. It does include a booster aerial antenna and also a wireless mouse with its receiver, but yeah, it's just a random bundle, and I'm going to put it in a big carrier bag and stick it upstairs now, ready to go on eBay. I will have to kind of sort through it and try and ravel them up somewhat tidily. Here we have the IBM PS2 mouse. Now for the moment, I'm going to keep this and stick it in the other computer related boxes that I've got to clear out. But it will be going. I'm not going to keep it, I'm just going to keep it for now. I have no idea why actually. It just seems right to go up there because I like these 2-button mice, these older ones with the ball. This is the gaming section, and this is all the gaming stuff that I will be putting up into that cupboard up there, which is where all the gaming stuff is that I will be sorting out. And other than that, everything else is packed back in, so if I just turn this light around so you guys can see, we have, in the bottom drawer, we have like a place where I'm going to put everything that's on its way somewhere else, if that makes sense. So we have this phone. The reason I'm keeping the phone and charger together is so that I can go onto that site that gives you money for phones to see how much it's worth. I'll do that when I get 2 minutes. Here we have my hard drive stand that, wait, hang on a sec. No, the hard drive enclosure broke. I don't need the stand, that can go in the bin. I'll slide that over to the bin. Here we have the puck mouse. It's waiting to be reunited with the rest of my retro Mac goodies. Here we have the speaker system that I will probably never use again, but I'm keeping for now, just because, you know, I bought it when I was a kid, and I don't know, I just can't get rid of it yet. And here we have those two USB PS2 controllers, the little USB computer game ones that I'm keeping there because I said to someone that I would give them a controller. I can't remember who the hell it was now, so yeah, that's kind of the halfway point at the moment for my clear outs. And this is my cable drawer, as you guys can see, much more organised, and I'll probably try and sort it again in about a year's time just to get rid of even more cables that I haven't been using. So let me put that on top of there to remind me that I need to re-stick it, and also in there I will be putting this to remind me to re-stick that, which is the front of this one. The top drawer's got a load of just crud in it that I'll probably just tip straight into the bin. But yeah, this can go in the bin. Don't need this anymore. Bit of plastic. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this video, guys. It's been a crazy one, but yeah. So everyone, it's time for me to call it a day. Here I have a very heavy carrier bag of all old cables and stuff. That'll probably be listed on eBay in one of my mass auctions of tons of geeky stuff, which is all stuff that's not worth listing on its own, but stuff that's still too good to chuck. Those cables, most of them probably work perfectly fine. You know, some of the Ethernet cables need taping in and stuff, but everything is usable. I just don't have space or time or anything like that to keep any of that stuff. As you can see, everything's been sorted. I've put the gaming stuff in the gaming cupboard for another day of clear outs. And just another look at the cable drawer. We've gone from 2 whole drawers to just that one, all neatly ravelled, and no troubles closing. Plenty more space for more cables also, because I'll probably come across more in the future. Other than that, guys, this is pretty much it. Clearing out is going well. So that's it from me, folks. Of course, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like it if you liked it. Please dislike it if you disliked it, and explain why in the comment section. Of course, I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, and I will see you all on Monday's video. So I've untangled and had a little bit of a... Oh, let's get a cushion. Oh, that'll be better. Oh. Okay. So I've